is your sort of plan of action heading towards Saudi?
I mean, it's still a plan that's being changed every day. To be honest, it's not going to be something that we thought of now, and that's what we're going to stick with. Especially when we're in the position we are in, it's not about just coming up with something now and sticking with it. It's all about adapting, learning every day, trying to figure out different things every day. And there's all the guys and girls back in MTC in the UK reviewing this whole weekend, seeing what's happening with the car, how to make improvements, how to make better of the package we've got, because it's not as simply as just bringing new parts, which will just make us magically go quicker. It's about understanding the problems and then putting in that plan of bringing him to the track eventually. But it's not something that can really happen from one week to the next. So we need to just try and optimize more our package that we've got. Mm-hmm. And obviously just see kind of how we get on in Saudi, because it is a different track. There's maybe a little bit more bias towards medium and high speed, which I think we're not quite so, or isn't quite so much of a weakness for us. So we kind of need to see where we might be, but at the same time, we just got to optimize what we got, and that's the main job for us at the minute.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes, and you delivered donuts last week. This is very nice of you. We've got a bit of footage of you walking into the paddock with donuts. What was the meaning of this?
I mean, it's first race weekend. It was a long few days for the guys and girls, and I got to start off the weekend on a high with them. I got to treat the family, and they all deserve some donuts. So that wasn't even all the boxes. My manager had to carry like another 3 boxes that we got for everyone. I mean, there's a lot of people, and I counted for some people being slightly greedy and having 2 or 3. So I had to bring in extras. But it's something I don't do every weekend, but every now and then, and especially like beginning of the season or coming to the end of the season or whatever, when we just need that pick me up and help the team out a little bit, then I'll do some things like that, or we'll go out for dinner or something like that. So just a little treat for them, basically.
That's really lovely of you. How many donuts did you have?
No comment.
So Lando, let's talk a little bit about the hard work that you've got ahead of you. You mentioned, Saudi potentially not being, favorable for you guys, I think you said it was going to be favorable for you. So I know you're a big fan of sim racing. You've got your own team quadrant. Have you been in the sim, or are you planning to get back in the sim before Saudi to sort of address any issues?
Not before Saudi. I mean, I'm still in Bahrain now, and obviously the simulator's back in the UK. So I'll be going to Saudi on Wednesday. But we've got our sim drivers. We've got Ollie Turvey and a couple of others who are on the simulator now, going through everything and doing all these tests and so on. And then after Saudi, I'll be back on the simulator, and we'll kind of clean up and round up this whole start of the season, and obviously get that reintroduction to the simulator and compare the real thing back to the simulator to try and correlate it and make it as accurate and as similar as possible. Because the simulator is extremely important, and it's where a lot of our upgrades and ideas for upgrades get tested before they get actually manufactured and made and put on the actual racing car. So the simulator is vital for us, and especially in the position we're going to be in now, let's say it's even more vital. So I'll definitely be spending quite a bit of time, but we did our Saudi prep before coming to Bahrain. So I feel prepared. I feel like we know what we want to go out and achieve. We feel like we know what we need to try and work on at least. But executing it's always a different ball game, and we'll see what we can do.
Well, we know you guys struggled with a few reliability issues that maybe didn't allow you to focus so much on setup. So now that you've got the time to narrow it down, have you guys been able to sort of pinpoint what your main problems have been?
I mean, I'll say it's a simple one, but it's not a simple fix, and it's just at times the balance can feel relatively decent. Mm-hmm. It's just we end up going slower than the majority, and that's just simply we just don't have enough downforce, front and rear, just total downforce, that total load. And there's definitely some things we can try and adapt to and maybe change on the car that we got to make it work a little bit better. But it's also not solely that simple. You know, a lot of it is also the philosophy of the car, and understanding really how to make it work properly. And that is not easily done week to week, and maybe not able to have been changed from week to week. So we just need to understand it really, and understand the differences and what's good, what's bad, and just maximize it, like I said before. But we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be a few different ideas, some ideas to try different things, just trying to understand that thing a little bit more, understand how it needs to work, and the setup you need for that. And we'll be trying all of that on Friday. So it might not be a test of pure lap time, but it will be trying to understand the car a little bit more, understand if there's something we're missing or different areas we've not really maybe tested just yet because of our lack of track time in Bahrain. So we can't necessarily use that excuse of it's the brakes and we've got those problems anymore, I don't think. It's just simply the car is not quick enough as well. And it's not grippy enough, it's not got enough downforce. And that's the focus we need to work on for now.